What's up, guys? It's your boy Ed from Italy to Beach. You already know. Today I want to do a deck profile on my Dino. It's a deck that I feel like I've perfected down to the T. I feel like the ratios for me are perfect. I feel like the deck is just at the best that it could ever be, honestly, at this point. I'm really excited about the deck. I played it today at Locals. I didn't top because I got sacked, and I believe that's 100% a thing. For you to get sacked, that means your opponent has to get really lucky and pull the cards that they need, or have the cards that they really need on opening hand to be able to beat you, right? I'm not trying to say I'm a salty player. I'm really not. But I'm really excited to show you guys this deck profile because I believe this might be the last time that I will be doing a deck profile for Dinos of my own for a while now, because I will be putting my Dino deck away in that blue binder that you guys see right there. That is my Book of Moon binder. I have my Draco, my Max Ready True Draco core in there. I have my Max Ready Magnite Invoked, and now I'll be throwing my Dinos in there. Those are all foreign cores that I've really enjoyed playing, and I kind of want to pause on them a little bit now, so I want to try out other decks, and I want to go a little bit more meta this time. So guys, let's go ahead and get into my last Dino deck profile in a minute now. So let's go get into it. All right, guys, so getting into the deck profile, I want to just talk about, Dino being one of my favorite decks, like, that I've ever played in Yu-Gi-Oh! Starting off, I do play this deck like a madman, so I do have a couple of things in here that maybe a couple of different people might not have either played before, or they just didn't see it, or they just wouldn't play that themselves. So, of course, one Misk, 2 UTCs. I think this is the correct ratio. UTC, I mean, like Misk, of course, because it's at 1. It's not like it's a card that you might want to cut, So a lot of people, whenever Misk got hit, they shied away from it. I played the deck for a while, even after it got hit. I mean, like, I'm still playing it up to today. It's been months now, but I think the deck's still good. I just want to play better. I just want to play other decks now. It's not necessarily that they're better decks. It's just more decks. So 1 Misk, 2 UTCs, of course, 3 OV. 3 OV is where the deck really gets you going to where you need to go. Lets you add any one Dino from deck to hand, not a restriction of level, not a restriction of their effect, if they have an effect or not. So OV, just super powerful, super busted. Of course, I had to pick up the most beautiful baby Cerasauruses I've ever seen in my life. These are the French blue lettering ones. These are super sexy, super sick. Shout out to my boy Rich Lee for hooking it up with these. Of course, you already know, if you open up baby in your hand and either this or this, it's full freaking combo. Like, you don't have to worry about anything else at that point, honestly. Let's go ahead and continue. Now, after that, I do now play the 2 Archosaurs, because I never had an Archosaur ever, and I just had 1, and I needed to get a second one. But honestly, the deck was running really smooth with just 1, and then I started playing cards like, the level 1 tuner to be able to link them away, or if I knew that I just needed to summon out a monster and maybe it was under draw and I just needed to get that level 1, I would summon out that level 1, right? Of course, the Petite, just that 1. Let's go ahead and wrap these up and move on to the next monsters. Giant Rex, Frankatops, Quatless, Kaiju. I was actually playing 2 Dino Kaijus, which I ended up switching for then this after. I kind of like that I played this, and I kind of not like it, but you know what, doesn't matter. Quatless, a lot of people don't play it. I think Quatless is a must in this deck. It's really good, honestly. Sometimes when I play back row decks, I double pill into the Quatless and send it to the UTC, and then a Logia as well. So that's fine and dandy, but people don't play this in this deck. And I think that you're tripping for not playing this in this deck. This is a card that secures that you either have an Abyss Dweller, or for sure a Dragoon at the end of your turn, which is super busted, because I can definitely end my board on Abyss Dweller, Doka, UTC, Dragoon, Verde, and then maybe you had a baby on board too. You never know. But yeah, that's definitely a field that it's possible. Let's go ahead and continue. Of course, you already know the package for the Dragoon. You already know. let's do the 3 pods. Of course, you have to play the 3 pods. Playing Lost World, Mystic Mine, and Terraforming. A lot of people hate that I play Mystic Mine, but it's actually won me a lot of games. And it's crazy because I don't ever expect that. Like, I'll make a nasty board, they'll break my board, they'll do a board of themselves, and then they pass, bait their board, Mystic Mine after, pass, and regain my hand. And if I can, just bring out 1 UTC, and they have a board full of monsters, swing, 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 send, damage, game. Like, what? It's easy to turn off because you can just activate another Lost World. And then the beautiful fossil digs that I picked up. You already know the French fossil digs, blue lettering. These are gorgeous. I am really a fan of the color blue. But yeah, I picked those up. Double pill, 3 droplets, 2 lightning storms, 2 red ices, 1 call by, 1 instant fusion, and 1 imperial order. I feel like some of the cards in this deck are kind of self-explanatory to why you play them. I think this is the one card that people don't normally see play in Dinos. I will show you guys why I do play that. There's a couple of different targets in my extra deck that I play, which are also some of the first targets that, if in case I don't open an instant fusion, those are some of the first targets that I send with Pot of Prosperities. It's always important to let you guys know what to send off of Pot of Prosperity, right? So now let's go ahead and continue to the extra deck. I will not be showing you a side deck because I feel like all the side decks don't really matter. They only really matter at whatever locals you go to. And like I said, we have so many locals here in Houston. We have Omega Gaming, Galaxy Gaming, DNA, Comics, Heroes Collectibles, Scrub Tier. We have Atomic Gaming, Infinity. We also have Savage Land. There are so many locals that we have here in Houston that you always have to switch your extra deck. Your side deck, depending to the locals that you go to. That is super important. If you are not doing that, you are not playing YuGiOh right. You have to be able to switch your extra deck depending to the locals that you go to at all times. So, Millennium Eyes, Thousand Eyes, Anima. Super great cards. I think they're busted if you really get these going and you start off with Instant Fusion. That's like a instant call by the grave. So you're going first. This is a go first deck, as much as you hate to hear it, because I know I'm playing like droplets and I'm also playing like lightning storms and stuff like that, right? But if I know that that I can go first because it's a deck that I should not go second against, I will for sure 100% go first and then make my opponent cry. But that's a call by the grave on wheels, honestly. Continuing, Link Haribo, Rush, Link Spider, Gardna, Phoenix, Sword. You could play access code. It's not really a thing where you have to, you could choose one or the other. If you don't have the money like me, you just go with this. I have an access code, but I don't have the money, right? But I have an access code. Phoenix, it's a great card. It gets you out of a lot of tricky place where your opponent might IOU or something, you know. You never know. Secure Gardna, I never really go into it. It's a card that I have just in case if I can't link 2 and I have to get a different type into the graveyard, which would normally be my Link Haribo or even my Rush. Like, a lot of people be sleeping on Rush so much because I'm playing Parallel Exceeds now, so I normal summon a baby if I don't open up any other combo and I have a baby, a level 1 or whatever the hell in my hand. I'll normal summon one of those, make one of either one of these, because the level 1 can make this, or or your normal summon can make that, right? And then after that, you special summon your Parallel Exceeds to then make your Verde, and then you continue with your combo. One of the things that I will talk about is that I believe that a lot of people don't necessarily see the extra deck that I play coming, because I also have, you already know, the Abyss Dweller, 1 Logia, 1 Doka. I play a Dovo Verde and a Dragoon. A lot of people don't ever see the Dovo Verde coming. I've played people where I've automatically pissed them off because they'll nib me, and I could be under mask and they'll still nib me just to get rid of my 1 Verde. And I'll be like, okay, I'll just link that Verde away into the Link Spider, and then link one of my Dinos away, and then make a second Verde and still proceed to run some cheeks. right? Like, it just happens. Like, people don't ever see that coming. And I've actually done that so many times. I've had people where they baited this one out, they'll draw me, I'll stop the draw, and then I'll get nibbed after, and I'm like, okay, all right, token, and then I'll do another freaking birthday with another dino. Like, dog, like, it doesn't matter. If I know that I have the ability to make the second verde without really sacrificing too much, meaning like if I don't use the UTC and then the blank spider, right, then I'm chilling, right? I'd rather have the UTC on the board and then try to, on my following play, get some more monsters on the board so then I can make the verde then. So like that, sometimes my opponents don't really know that I'm playing Dino Dragoon. But now, one of the things that I like is that I'm able to play decks and then people not really knowing what I'm playing sometimes. And I've been on this deck for like a month now. Some people know what to expect at locals. So I hate that. So that's one of the reasons why I'm also jumping off of this deck for a minute. I'm going to be bindering this up for a while, bringing out other decks. This deck is a lot of fun. It has a lot of different utilities. It doesn't matter what you do, you can definitely run some cheeks. Today I beat a couple of people. I went out of 4 rounds, I went x2, but because round 2 I got sacked by Grandmaju, and then round 3 I lost to Dogma Invoked. I wasn't expecting the Dogma. I really thought he was playing like Magnite Invoked or something. But I was like, oh, okay. I get Dogma Nadired and popped, and then I lost. So, yeah, like, this deck does so much. I thought it was really cool. This deck is so good. Don't give up on Dino, guys. I think Dinos is one of the coolest decks out there ever created too. Including, you know, True Draco, let's go, Mystic Mind, best deck. I might be jumping back up on Mystic Mind, you never know, guys. If you guys play me at locals, be afraid, because I might want to play Mystic Mind, you never know. And I know people hate Mystic Mind, but Mystic Mind, best deck, let's go. Guys, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you all enjoy. I really enjoy doing these videos, and I hope that you guys can help me get to my 1,000 subscriber goal. I should be there soon, so hopefully I can make it before the end of the year. Guys, thank you guys for watching, and see you then.